HKGPao and Silent Majority for Hong Kong jointly produced the program Political Mutants, Hong Kong's Gang of Four. Following our previous episode, we revisited former Chief Secretary for Administration Anson Chan Fang On Sen, whose chilling smile left Hong Kongers uneasy. In this episode, we take a closer look at another figure, a man wrapped in a democratic halo, shining bright on the outside, yet rotting within. Martin Lee Chu-ming, founding chairman of the Democratic Party. Today, Martin Lee is 87 years old, ranked first on the Hong Kong's list of senior counsels. Once he was chairman of the Bar Association, a respected member of the Basic Law Drafting Committee. Indeed, within the legal world, few names commanded such reference. From 1985 onward, he served as a legislative councillor and remained one until he gave up re-election after 2008. Judging by his resume alone, Martin Lee was undoubtedly one of the Hong Kong's most distinguished elite figures, both before and after the handover. And yet, how did this respected figure stray so far into open hostility towards his own country? How did reverence turn into rebellion and admiration into arrogance? Strangely, he became entrenched in blind worship of the West, nearly dragging Hong Kong itself into irreversible chaos. The signs were always there, weren't they? As early as 1988, during a visit to the United States, Martin Lee openly said, "If Hong Kong could remain a British colony for another 100 years, I think many people would consider that ideal." Could its resistance to the handover have been any clearer? In October 1994, the Democratic Party was born and Martin Lee, naturally, became its founding chairman. Foreign media swiftly crowned him the father of Hong Kong democracy, a lofty title, one he wore with visible pride. Yet, after the handover, Martin Lee's nostalgia for the so-called good old days of colonial rule only deepened. He worked tirelessly to spread anti-China sentiment, to spread fear towards communism. For someone held as the father of democracy, wasn't this an irony too great to ignore? By 2003, only 6 years into the SAR era, Martin Lee uttered what would become the most infamous line of his political life. He said brazenly, "You call me a traitor. I am one every day, and whenever needed, I'll be a traitor again." From that day onward, the name Lee the Traitor spread like wildfire. And truly, could there have been a more self-inflicted title? In May 2003, then Chief Executive Dong Chi-wah, in a LegCo session, could no longer hold his silence. He admonished Lee directly, saying, "You've been bad-mouthing Hong Kong for 6 years. Keep doing it." He warned the opposition, follow the times or be abandoned by them. Sure enough, the opposition ignored the warning and kept going down the wrong path, with Martin Lee its leading example. During the 2008 Beijing Olympics, the whole nation celebrated in joy. Hong Kong, too, was vibrant with pride. But not everyone joined in that spirit. Back in October 2007, Martin Lee had written in the Wall Street Journal, urging then US President George W. Bush to use the Olympics as leverage to pressure Beijing over so-called human rights. His version of celebration was criticism, and his act outraged many across Hong Kong. The result, the title Lee the Traitor resurfaced. Louder than before, it became his political signature. By late March 2008, Martin Lee announced he would not seek re-election to LegCo, retreating from the political front line. And just when people thought the damage had ended, his shadow returned. 2014 arrived, a watershed year, as we recalled in our previous episode. That year, Martin Lee and Anson Chan went to the United States to lodge complaints. There, they met in full public view with then US Vice President Joe Biden. At that very moment, preparations for the illegal Occupy Central movement were in full swing. And many in Hong Kong could not help but ask, was that meeting really a coincidence? In early hours of September 28, 2014, organizer Benny Tai announced the official start of the illegal movement. Soon, Hong Kong's central districts were occupied for 79 days. Among those publicly seen in the occupied areas was Mockingly, identified by many as one of its masterminds. When the clearance operation came to a close, police escorted Lee away, yet he carried himself with arrogance, his demeanor unrepentant. And luckily, perhaps ironically, he faced no prosecution. Then came August 2017, Democratic Party member Howard Lam claimed he had been abducted and tortured by unnamed powerful departments. He said staples were driven into his thigh. Mockingly and others publicly stood by Lam at a press conference, condemning authorities in fierce terms. At that time, the opposition camp was furiously smearing the high-speed rail co-location arrangement, seizing every chance to frame the mainland as overreaching. To them, Lam's story was the perfect evidence, and soon enough, the truth came out. Lam's story was a lie, scripted and staged. He was convicted of making a false report, sentenced to 5 months in jail. And Mockingly, he failed to gain sympathy. Instead, he became a political laughingstock. Repeated embarrassments did not humble him. In May 2019, before the extradition bill turmoil erupted, Mockingly led yet another delegation, this time visiting the US and Canada, meeting with then Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Then in October, amid the height of violent protests, he and Jimmy Lai Chi-ying, founder of Next Digital, traveled again to the US. They met Pelosi once more. As violence raged through Hong Kong's streets, these politicians sought foreign pressure against their own city. And the Hong Kong public saw it clearly. On August 18, 2019, the opposition held a so-called stream-style rally Mockingly attended. He was arrested in April 2020, and when he left the police station, he told reporters, "I feel great, no regrets, I'm proud." He claimed it was finally his chance to walk alongside outstanding young Hong Kongers and continue our path to democracy. But was that democracy or that romanticization of unrest? He painted imprisonment as pride, and that sent the wrong message to the public. In April 2021, Mockingly was convicted of organizing and participating in an unauthorized assembly, sentenced to 11 months in prison, suspended for 2 years. Though his appeal later overturned the charge of organizing, his conviction for participation remained. So the barrister who had spent his life playing politics saw his career collapse overnight, narrowly escaping prison. For a while, he kept a low profile. But soon, during Jimmy Lai's collusion with foreign forces case, an accomplice witness, Chen Chi-wah, revealed something stunning. Mockingly, he said, had been the go-between linking Jimmy Lai's fund to anti-Hong Kong newspapers' ads. And so, once again, people realized wherever harm befell Hong Kong, the name Mockingly was never far away. As an elder of the opposition camp, he took pride in being called a traitor, in breaking the law, in encouraging younger generations to stir chaos. Thus, his place among the Gang of Four was no accident. Then on December 27, 2024, the SAR government announced in the Gazette that Mockingly's title of Justice of the Peace was revoked. For most Hong Kongers, it was a punishment long overdue, though arriving far too late. Even now, foreign and yellow media rush to glorify him, still eager to place that false halo, the father of Hong Kong democracy. They paint him as a heroic figure who contributed to the city. But for many Hong Kongers, the truth is stark. The father of democracy who has harmed Hong Kong is a bitter irony indeed, laughable and lamentable.